Good morning and welcome to Rapid Dawn. It's a beautiful Monday morning, the first working day of the week. I mean, for normal people. If you have to resume work on Monday, this is for you. My name is Cynthia Agbo. Now, before we came on, we were watching something on Terry Lynn Walls, which she's an American physician and diet advocate. She was an assistant chief of staff at Iowa City Veterans Administration Healthcare and is a clinical professor of medicine. And she actually led a lot of good cause. Now, she was diagnosed with a chronic progressive neurological disorder and secondary progressive multiple sclerosis. And she is a promoter of functional medicine. Talking about medicine, if you look at the diets that she was having, you could see that she's all about vegetables, proteins, and the likes. And this is where Ugo comes in. Ugo, hope you've been having your vegetables and good diet and everything.
Well, of course, first of all, good morning. You look amazing.
I know.
That's not. That's not. So apparently, there's a new
Thank
word.
you.
There's a new word that's trending.
Okay.
That's not demure.
Oh my God, really, really. Okay, okay, no problem. We'll use that.
But yes, it's another week to invest a lot in fruits and vegetables. She knows I'm a big fan. I'm a big advocate.
Of what?
Of fruits and vegetables.
What happened to melon soup and fufu?
Well, there are some things you cannot do without, yeah? But I'm on a very good day. I would choose fruits and vegetables over a whole lot of other things. She can testify. She wouldn't lie against me. I would choose vegetables over, what's it called? Noodles, junk food, fizzy drinks, a whole lot of things.
Oh, let's celebrate him. He's not had. Oh, no, I shouldn't celebrate yet. Because you drink yogurt, so you've broken.
That's dairy product.
You've broken the celebration already.
It's dairy product. I think
Okay.
that's more healthy. So
Okay.
yeah. But anyways, it's a great week. A whole lot happened over the weekend. I mean, for people that follow Big Brother,
Ah,
of course, evictions yesterday, blah blah blah. I learned there's a Ruthie, there's a Wani and a Handy in the house.
Wani and Handy.
Oh,
That was the only time I saw when they corrected Big Brother.
oh, okay. So apparently, she didn't talk about this. Yeah, that's all.
Good. Better that way. So this morning we have lots of amazing things. Today we're going to be doing lots of learning. All right. We're going to be doing lots of learning. We're going to be doing lots of did you knows. We're going to do lots of things that you probably didn't know before. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to also share some things with you. Today is World Photography Day, Monday, the 19th of August. But before we get into all of the whole photography and the likes, let's first of all try to do something on our health. And this morning we have something in health and wellness, which has to do with
Herbs and spices that very essential, for your health and well-being, or more or less for your health and wellness.
okay, let's have it.
Hey there, viewers! Looking to revamp your diet? You probably want to eat more veggies and fruits, but there are two things in your pantry you might be overlooking: spices and herbs. They have some amazing nutrients. In today's video, we're going to talk about 13 herbs and spices with the most powerful health benefits. Besides turmeric and cinnamon, what other spices are good for you? Why is saffron so well liked? What about ginger and onion? Have you heard about echinacea? We'll be talking about all of these and more. Number 1, cinnamon. Cinnamon is widely used in a number of recipes and baked goods. This spice has a compound called cinnamaldehyde, which is responsible for the medical benefits that cinnamon provides. For instance, cinnamon is rich in antioxidants and reduces inflammation. Even 1 spoon of cinnamon a day can give you a healthy boost. It can also reduce the cholesterol levels in your blood. The main benefit of cinnamon is its ability to lower your blood sugar levels. Research has shown that cinnamon can bring down fasting blood sugar levels anywhere between 10 and 30% among people suffering with diabetes. Cinnamon can also fight neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The spice can help protect the neurons in your brain and reduce bad proteins. It can even improve your motor function. Do you like cinnamon? Have you tried adding this spice to your tea or coffee? Share your preferences with the bestie community in the comments below. Number 2. Turmeric. Turmeric is a spice responsible for giving your curry that yellow color. Although turmeric has many compounds that give it its medicinal properties, the main compound is curcumin. Curcumin works as a powerful antioxidant, ensuring there is no oxidative stress in your body. Along with being a powerful antioxidant, curcumin also has anti-inflammatory properties. It's almost as powerful as anti-inflammatory drugs. Because of this, it can fight off diseases such as Alzheimer's. Its antibacterial properties can also reduce the chances of heart disease and cancer. Looking for answers on all the latest health and wellness news? Hit that subscribe button and join our millions of followers. Stay up to date on all our great bestie content. Number 3. Peppermint. Peppermint has long been used in aromatherapy and traditional medicine. Just like every other herb, peppermint's medicinal properties are contained mostly in the oily component. Research has shown that peppermint oil can help improve pain management among people suffering with irritable bowel syndrome. Peppermint helps relax the muscles in your colon so you don't experience too much pain during bowel movements. There's also evidence to suggest using peppermint as part of aromatherapy can help reduce the effects of nausea. In one study of more than 8,000 women in labor, peppermint aromatherapy reduced nausea by a significant amount. Number 4. Sage. The name sage comes from the Latin word salvere, which means to save. As the name suggests, sage has many healing properties. It has been a mainstay in traditional medicine, being traced back to the Middle Ages. More recent research suggests sage can improve your memory as well as your brain functions, especially among people suffering with Alzheimer's. When you have Alzheimer's, there's a fall in the brain's chemical messenger acetylcholine. Sage helps make sure this doesn't happen. In one study among 42 participants with mild to moderate Alzheimer's, it was seen that over a period of 4 weeks, sage extract helped significantly improve brain function. It was also shown to improve memory among healthy people. Number 5. Holy basil. There are many types of basil, including regular and Thai, but the one with the most health benefits is holy basil. It's treated as a sacred herb in India. Holy basil has properties that can help reduce the growth of various bacteria as well as yeast and mold. It can also increase your body's immunity levels. In one study, it was seen that holy basil can improve immunity levels by increasing the amount of immune cells in your blood. There are other health benefits of consuming holy basil. For instance, it's been linked to bringing down your blood sugar levels around your meals. It can also help treat anxiety and depression. Number 6. Ginger. Ginger is a very popular spice that has been part of traditional and alternative medicine. Even a gram of ginger has been known to help treat nausea, especially among people who are suffering with morning sickness or the after effects of chemotherapy. Ginger also has strong anti-inflammatory properties which are useful when it comes to pain management. An upset is usually caused by inflammation, which can be soothed by consuming ginger. It can also prevent stomach ulcers and help soothe menstrual cramps. Before we move ahead, here's another video you might like. Interested in learning more about the natural ways to strengthen your immune system? Check out this video. Number 7. Rosemary. Rosemary is an herb with many health-related benefits. While it can be consumed fresh, ground, or as an essential oil, rosemary's at its best when it's fresh. When fresh, rosemary has important nutrients such as vitamins A, B6, and C, as well as other B vitamins like folate and thiamine. Rosemary is also high in fiber and anti-inflammatory properties, which makes it a great herb for people suffering with gut health and digestion issues. When you consume rosemary, it can increase the bile flow. This improves your digestion. In one study, it was seen that rosmarinic acid in rosemary, given in doses of 50 to 200 milligrams, can help reduce allergy symptoms. Number 8. Chili. Spicy foods have many health benefits, and chili is one of them. Chili is taken from pepper, so you're also getting benefits from the veggie as well. Peppers have more vitamin C than oranges, so consuming chili can help boost your immune system. Along with vitamin C, chili also has vitamins A and E. It has the compound capsaicin, which can help constrain neuropeptides that are linked with inflammation in your body. It can also help reduce pain among people suffering with sensory nerve fiber disorders. Number 9. Parsley. Parsley is considered a superfood as it's packed with important nutrients and antioxidants. Just 1 cup of parsley can give you as much as 500% of your body's daily requirement of vitamin K. It also has other important vitamins such as A, C, and B. The antioxidants in parsley ensure there is no oxidative stress from free radicals in your body. It's also a natural diuretic, which can help stimulate your kidneys and reduce bloating, as well as remove some of the water weight. Number 10. Cumin. Cumin is used in many recipes because of the flavor it provides your food. Along with the flavor, it's great for your digestion. Cumin has a compound called thymol, which is key in the production of bile, as well as stomach acid and digestive enzymes. This in turn improves your digestion. Cumin also has vitamin E, which can improve the health and glow of your skin. It's also packed with vitamin C, making it a great immunity booster. Number 11. Garlic. Garlic has been known for a long time to have medicinal properties and has been used in traditional medicine for centuries. It has a compound called allicin, which not only gives it a distinctive smell, but also has several health benefits. In one study, it was seen that garlic reduced blood pressure levels in the same effectiveness as meditation. Garlic can also bring down your cholesterol levels by up to 15%. Number 12. Echinacea. Echinacea is taken from the coneflower plant and is an herb widely known for its positive impact on your immune system. If you're looking to include an herb in your diet that helps prevent colds, Echinacea is the way to go.
All right, welcome back. Those are some of the spices and herbs that you need. Are you doing your face like that?
Of course. Because of the spices and the herbs you need, there's ginger, there's garlic.
Of course.
Do you know there's a compound that's called allicin in garlic? Yeah. I think that's the more reason why you should have a bit of it, every
You're
time.
the one to have a bit of, because allicin is feminine.
It's for everybody, whether man or woman. I reckon, or I think I agree, there are some herbs and spices mentioned there that are not very common to us. What's it?
But they're out there actually.
Sage.
But
Which one
that-
is sage?
Okay, oh well. No, this spices actually and herbs, they're actually out there. It's just that sometimes you get, like cilantro, for example, when someone uses it in the food and you taste it, you could tell that, okay, there's cilantro in this. So there's some spices that lots of us don't just go to the market and say, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Even if you go to your regular market, they're like, okay, what are you looking for?
Unless the vendor is a specialty in herbs and
Yes,
spices.
Exactly. So that's just it. But I mean, this is the type of weather that we have today for you to just have a
Yes.
good cup of cinnamon tea with a little turmeric, and you're fine. And don't go to work. Just sit at home and be watching us. How about
Okay.
that? A good deal, right?
Well, how would you make money? There's nothing wrong with you watching
you
us
don't
from your
go to
office.
work today,
you
will
can
you
even
not make
watch
money?
us on the go if you like.
It's raining heavily, so you have to, just stay home and cuddle up in your.
You know what the Holy Book says? A little sleep, a little slumber, so will poverty do what? Creep up on you.
It did not
And
add during
mean,
during the rain. It didn't add the little sleep under the rain. So
Okay,
there are
so what of now that
exceptions.
it's rainy season? If it decides to rain every single day, what are you going to do?
We cuddle up.
You
We'll
see,
send a message to the boss. Dear
This
sir,
is
I
where
pick my pen.
this is where people like me, you need to listen to people like us at this time.
Wow, tell us something.
Because I just referenced the particular passage of the Bible for you right now,
Okay.
which is very profound in moments like this. And since we're talking about the Bible, there's a lot of drama. There's honestly the type of drama that you wouldn't expect to be happening, especially because it's the body of Christ. But guess what? The body of Christ is being dragged. One person is dragging the hand, the other
Dragging
person
the
is
legs.
dragging the leg.
Oh, someone is dragging the neck.
And it's crazy because
It's ridiculous.
even in the Bible, I think it was Apostle Paul who also wrote about how if the body does not agree to work together, I mean, things will just not work. Imagine the hand saying, I'm not part of the body, I'm going to be on my own. Or the leg says, I'm not part of the body, I want to be on my own. Or the head says, wow, I am so important and I can handle things on my own, I don't want to be part of the body. How ridiculous will that be? How will the body now function as a system? I was watching a video. I've forgotten the name of this. Your favorite Muslim cleric who does all of
Mufti.
this. Yeah.
Mufti
So
Menk.
he was talking about apparently some sort of fundraising event for an Islamic edifice in Nigeria, and he was talking about how that they were able to raise $6 million in dollars in this same Nigeria, and they were donated by individuals. So obviously, of course, very committed to their religion, very committed to their faith. But here we have, the other side, where there's a lot of bickering, there's a lot of backbiting, there's a lot of criticism. This person promoting a particular doctrine, the other person pushing a different agenda, a different narrative, and you're just wondering what's going on.
Well, anyway, to give context to this, let's. I think we have the video of Pastor Abel Damina. For some time, he's been talking a lot about certain things. I don't know, but I think there's a video where he was talking about. There was a mixed video where he was reacting to what Apostle Selma Selma did say, and then there's another one where he was, he granted an interview on Nedu's podcast. Now, I really don't see why a pastor should be on Nedu's podcast.
He has a response for people like you.
But no problem. That not for me anyway. Not for me.
No, you're criticizing the fact that he went to a podcast.
No. I'm not criticizing him. No. I'm not doing that.
But you said you don't see any reason why.
Let's have the first video of him. One of the things he said at the podcast, and then we also play the other video of his reaction to the message of Apostle Selma.
When I started ministry, BMA had not become born again. He had not been born again when I started. He was still in Sele. What God cannot do does not exist. It's not the truth. People think I'm jealous of Jereze. Jereze is by far my... It's not about sentiment. It's about knowing what the truth is. I believe in miracles. I believe in healing. But not this RNG that we're seeing today.
Are you saying the miracles are RNG?
Can't you see most of those crutches are all the same color? They're all brand new. In what world will people come for a crusade and all of them are carrying the same brand of crutches? Why are you asking for tithe? If you read the book of Acts, nobody paid tithe to anybody. Jesus didn't pay tithe. Jesus didn't receive tithe. All the disciples of Jesus had professions. So all of this idea that because God has called you must resign your job, I don't know where they're bringing it from because it's not Bible. That I was a master in that gospel. Some of them is my template they're using.
Yes, because there are videos of you saying that if you don't pay your tithes, divorce will come for you.
I was Baba.
So when did this change? Did your format cast?
It was a gospel that started by saying, men of God should not be poor because God is not poor. And it started making sense. And then we started seeing some men of God raising money and living better. So we also wanted to live better.
Those are telling you if you pay tithe, it's an insurance.
Your tithe is your spiritual insurance by understanding.
What fraud is that? Insurance from what?
Then I'm doing well. I don't take madness. I don't take far.
So this almighty God that owns the earth and the fullness thereof cannot insure his people until you give him filthy lucre, dirty money. If you give an offering, you will prosper.
Let me teach you something in the kingdom. The way you go upwards in the kingdom is to give upwards.
Do you know God?
I never approach any of the fathers of faith with my hands empty.
But dirty Nigerian naira that cannot even compete in the global economy. $1 is 1,500 naira. God is waiting for that weak currency to make him do something. How low is your God?
All right.
Okay. We will not dwell so much on this.
Yes.
Because it is not a time to go back and forth. I just have one thing. I'm sorry, but I don't know how to pick a side. I'm just going to sit on the fence because it's not my duty to pick a side. But the interesting thing is this: Pastor Abel, whatever he's preaching against now, is something that he has always done. Pastor Abel has
some of it. Tithing, for instance, seed sowing.
Exactly.
He was a major
he has
propagandist of that particular gospel back in the days.
He has really benefited from that.
Who preached about giving tithes and seed sowing like Pastor Abel from back. If you used to listen to oh my goodness.
So some want to say, okay, what happened? How did this transformation come through? Now, I mean, it gets a point in your life as I do believe that it's not as if he didn't know about those words before, but then when you are benefiting from something, it's not so easy to just stop until maybe one day you just need like, oh man, I think I've enjoyed enough. So my only question to Pastor Abel is this: are you having this conviction because you've enjoyed it enough, the largesse, or is it that you're really, really concerned about the body of Christ? Now, if you're if your answer is the second one, Pastor Abel, does it mean, is this the right approach? Is this the right way to go about it? Because right now, people on the other side see it like the body of Christ is divided, is breaking up. You stay in your altar and you call out different men of God, or different pastors. Right? And how do you want to get more followers? How do you want people to come into the body of Christ? How do you want people to receive the message you are putting out when you are tearing another person down? How about you have a meeting with your fellow pastors? I believe that there's room for that. You have a meeting with your fellow pastors. You guys talk about this and say, see. But now, it's okay if you feel like you've grown beyond, because I hear him say things like, oh, where was this person when I was this? Where were you when I was this? Oh, you were still a young boy when I was this. No problem. It's not a function of how old you were or how old you were not. Okay, it's a matter of, if you say you're so old as you claim, then you bring the people together and say, okay, are you sure we should not preach this gospel? I know pastors who they focus on the gospel and they'll tell you very clearly what is the gospel: the death, the birth, and resurrection of Christ. And if while we're preaching this gospel you get healed, you get all of those things, that's fine. But then you do not just stay and begin to dissect and remove the hand, remove the leg, remove the how is it going to function? How are the people outside going to see us and say, okay, this is good? You don't see another faith doing this, no matter what could be happening inside. You don't see them do this. But why do we always have this division inside the Christian faith? Why? So he is not, I don't think that this is the right approach. And then going to a News podcast where we have all sorts of people, is that the way to share your message? Right now, it just looks like you're creating content. That's how it looks. And you might have words for us that say this, that's fine. But to me and to other people, it looks like you're creating content. And there are people who will not receive your message the way you're going to receive. I mean, we're somewhere and someone was saying, oh, Pastor Abel is our man. We're going to open a church for him and call it Abel Ministries or something. I mean, what is the goal? Because there's a thin line between achieving something good and slipping off. It just takes one thing to make you slip off. And I'm sorry, Pastor Abel, it looks like he's slipping off right now.
Yeah, well, certainly the views of a whole lot of other people who have been monitoring this situation, because this whole coming to a podcast now is just like basically taking it to a new level. Because for a while, like you said, he's always been calling out other pastors. speaking very strongly against certain denominations, their style of worship, their doctrine, and certain things that we see in other churches. And you know, the story I referenced earlier about Mufti, the fact that there's some sort of oneness. You could see an obvious unity in some other climes, but when it comes to Christianity, which is what we, you know, a great majority of Nigerians practice, it's a reasonable number, you know, of people in the country. There's a whole lot of division. I do not know what this means for the church. I do not know what it means for its members, but one thing is certain, it doesn't look good. You cannot have this person going in this direction, the other person going in, you know, a different direction. How does the church intend to grow? I think those are the big questions.
You know, when they say the church is marching on.
Well,
right now we don't know if the church has stopped marching or it's in one place. But anyway,
those are the words of Jesus himself.
That's fine. we would move past that.
I would take that above anything else. Well, whatever is happening.
All right. So let's get down to the most interesting part of today, which is World Photography Day. So we have lots of, like I told you, we have lots of learning to do. We have lots. Today is going to be all about learning. I mean, if there's nothing you gain today, at the end of today's show, you're going to know what photography, cameras, how all of this came to be. Okay. And then hopefully we should be having a guest in the studio at 9 o'clock to talk about that. But even if we're not able to have that, we're still going to talk to you about the World Photography Day. You deserve to know. I mean, every little time you just see someone says, oh, take me this picture here. I love this angle. I love this angle. I want this. But then, come on. Photography has grown into what we have today. But before then, we're going to show you the pictures of Miss Universe Nigeria. No, we're talking about photography, right? Mm-hmm. Good. So let's have the contestants of the Miss Universe Nigeria on the screen. Let's have them slide through. Now I want us to be honest, okay? I want us to be honest. This is Miss Rivers, right? Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is Miss Taraba, which is Chidinma. You would see that, before we say anything, let's just go through other pictures. Let's have other contestants. Look at this one. This is Ondo. I think this is Kunle State. Let's have the next one. This is Oshun. Let's have the next one. Okay, and you keep going on and on. Let's have all the slides go through on the screen. This is Miss Kwara. Now, I don't know who is the photographer needs to be sued. And the graphics designer needs to serve them. Because I do not know. Look at my beloved Cross River sister. I don't know what is going on here. I really do not know what is going on here. You can see that the only different picture was that of Chidinma. And it's very, this is Miss Benway. This is Miss Benway. Now, the photographer needs to be sued. Really needs to be sued. We have this, now this is Chidinma. Chidinma, of course, we all remember Chidinma, who had to drop out of the Miss South Africa because of one or two things. And so she got an invitation to join the Miss Universe Nigeria. And now you could see that her own picture is different. You could see that the photographer, I mean, this did a good job. Okay, compared to every other one. I mean, we're celebrating World Photography Day. It's good for us to appreciate good and horrible photography.
No, I'm not going to be a party to appreciating horrible photography. Yeah, your observations are quite keen. There seems to be a glaring disparity
Man.
between Chidinma's picture and the rest of the contestants. I do not know if that is intentional on the part of the organizers, because I mean, right from the moment this whole controversy around Chidinma started, you know, they extended an invitation very quickly, too quick to jump into whatever it is that was going on, you know, with that. And I know there are some Nigerians who have expressed their reservations as to, oh,
true.
why are we even doing this? It's very typical of what happens sometimes in the football arena, where we have quite a good number of talents here. But once you hear that somebody somewhere has a Nigerian root, you know, but based somewhere overseas, somehow we tend to treat those kind of players better than our homegrown talent. And that is, I do not know if I should say inferiority complex. I don't know what to exactly tag that kind of behavior. But then, if the script here is to have a Chidinma come, you know, from South Africa, and then eventually winning the Miss Universe Nigeria,
that would be unfair.
I mean, I really don't know if that makes for a good story. Yes, for some people,
Fina did say something about that.
For some people, they'll be like, oh, it's gonna be a story of she was rejected. Eventually, she came to where she belongs. She was accepted and she got honored. You know, that's how some people would want to say it. But for some other people, come on, there are several other beautiful ladies. Take it or leave it. I mean, apart from your observations about how those ladies were photographed, those are very fine, beautiful women. Yeah, and on a very good day can stand, you know, toe to toe with Chidinma if the proper thing is done. So beyond accepting, or rather inviting inviting Chidinma to be part of this competition, I hope there's a level playing ground, as it was before there was a Chidinma. You know, there's a level playing ground for all of the contestants, you know, to be judged based on, of course, all of the criteria with which they operate there at the Miss Universe Nigeria. But for me, I mean, there's a whole lot. I think over the weekend we had the Miss Ireland competition as well, where a Nigerian won. You know, won, and Nigerians making waves all around the world. Yeah, some places people recognize our uniqueness and celebrate us for it. Some other places we are somehow witch hunted, you know, because of what we represent and who we are.
No, but the thing is, when these people win in this country, they're not winning as Nigerians. They are winning as that country. So if Chidinma had gone ahead and won, she's going to win as Miss South Africa, not as Miss Nigeria in South Africa. So that's the thing.
But then again,
that because they have some roots in Nigeria,
factor, you know, bragging rights. People start tweeting on
Of course,
X.
you know, Nigerians, we
people
always
start
like
writing
to
on
brag.
social media, you know. Somebody went from all the way in Nigeria, went to South Africa, went to some foreign nation, beat everybody there hands down.
They forget that these people have always been in this country. That is the country they identify with. Yes, they do have Nigerian, some Nigerian strain and all of that, but they identify as, because for you to be in this contest, there have to be a certain level of what's the word now? So
So I'm also wondering, now that Chidinma is Miss Taraba, does it mean that there was no Miss Taraba before?
Exactly, these are the questions. Are you trying to tell us that there was no Miss Taraba? And are you trying to tell us that now, if there was a Miss Taraba, what happened to that Miss Taraba? Did you remove the Miss Taraba just to put a
sell
Chidinma?
her slot?
Exactly.
You know.
So I mean, we're here to start pointing the holes, you know, so that we can seal them off before it gets late. I mean, photographing these ladies like this, was it intentional? So that people will say, oh my God, the only great picture there, the only great contestant right there is Chidinma. So I think the organizers need to address some of these concerns so that we don't have people feeling like, oh, I mean, Fina is one person that not everybody wants to say, okay, she's so great with speaking, but she did say something. She said, just thinking out loud, okay, I'm in support of Chidinma, But this one, the show now wants to rep us like this. What will now happen to our typical Nigerian queens that have been preparing for it too? And she advised that Chidinma should just go off contesting for this year and come back and start again next year. But, well, maybe it's a bit too late. She's already on the list. But then what happened to the Mr. Rabba that was there? If you could see from that picture, you could easily even tell that she looks like a foreigner on that picture, on that list. So you see, she looks more like a South African in the midst of Nigerians.
Or could we just attribute it to, like you said, the good photography, the great makeup, the great design?
But you remember I told you, when we were contesting that time and this whole controversy, I did tell you that she looked more South African than a Nigerian. I remember I said that to you. So, but I wish all the contestants good luck, but I think the organizers need to answer some of those questions, like what happened to the former Mr. Rabba that was on the list, because it's not possible to say that there was no Mr. Rabba there. And why, I mean, today's World Photography Day, why are these ladies photographed in this manner? Are they going to redo this photography? Because...
Was the photographer paid well?
Was he paid well? These are valid questions. So please, but above all, well done to the organizers. We wish these ladies a good outing and best of luck. I pray that any of them get to win. We'll always be here to share updates. And of course, when it's time for the grand finale, we'll definitely be here to share all of the good news and see who is crowned. Okay, I think, what do we have next?
Well, we've always talked about, sometimes, not all the times, and I think it's been a while. Okay, let's show you a brief history on photography right about now.
This is a quick look at how photography has developed. Photography is hinged on the discovery that if you poke a hole in the wall of a darkroom, you create camera obscura. Light passing through the hole is projected upside down and retains color and perspective. The first historical mentions of camera obscura in pinhole photography are by ancient philosophers Mouzy, Aristotle, and Alhazen. In 1490, Leonardo da Vinci records detailed descriptions of camera obscura and uses it to trace stuff. By the 1700s, camera obscura devices are common, and there's evidence to suggest artists like Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Caravaggio use them. Sketchy. In 1724, Johann Heinrich Schulze discovers that substances mixed with silver nitrate react to light. Sadly, the images fade soon after. Until one day in 1826, the world's first photograph is taken by Joseph Nicephore Niepce in France using a procedure called heliography. Voila! This exposure takes several days, and you can see the sun lights up both sides of the building. After his death, Niepce's partner Louis Daguerre continues his work and creates the first practical photographic process in 1833, the daguerreotype. In 1839, the French government buys and declares the daguerreotype free to the world. This is when cool stuff starts happening. Like the first photo of a human. Although this exposure lasted around 7 minutes, a man was getting his shoes polished and was standing perfectly still, thus making history. This was also the first photo with soul. And of course, the world's first selfie is taken by a guy named Robert Cornelius. And human's gonna human. It wouldn't take long for nude photography to kick off too. In 1840, Henry Fox Talbot unveils the calotype, a process based on negatives that allows for paper copies to be made. However, Talbot tried to charge license fees for the calotype, so it didn't really catch on. Compared to Daguerre, whose name is now one of 72 names inscribed on the Eiffel Tower, Talbot spent his life fighting lawsuits and eventually gave up on photography. You could say Talbot became a bit negative in the end. It's also important to mention the contribution of Sir John Herschel, who published many essential research papers and coined the term photography, from the Greek words of light and drawing. By the 1850s, mobile photo studios were all the rage because photos had to be developed on site. Exposure times were about 3 minutes long, so people used neck braces and drugs to keep still. It's also why nobody smiled in early photos. What could be the world's first Photoshop occurs in 1861. The head of Abraham Lincoln is placed on a more noble body. The world's first color photograph is also produced. It's of a bow. In 1871, Richard Leach Maddox, who had an outstanding mustache, invents the gelatin dry plate. This means smaller cameras and no tripods necessary. Great success, old chap. Now, here's a cool story, bro. In order to settle the debate of whether all four of a horse's hooves ever simultaneously leave the ground, Englishman Edward Muybridge sets up 12 cameras with wire triggers in the path of a galloping horse. The world's first photo sequence proves that they do. In 1885, George Eastman, founder of Eastman Kodak, invents roll film. The first handheld camera, the Kodak, goes on sale in 1888. Why Kodak? Because Eastman just liked the letter K. The Kodak came preloaded with 100 exposures that needed to be sent back to the factory for processing and reloading when the roll was finished. Eastman takes mass-market photography a step further in the early 1900s with the Brownie, an affordable box camera that introduces the concept of the snapshot. Light's employee Oscar Barnack builds the revolutionary 35mm Leica 1, which goes into production in 1925. The camera allows photographers to go mobile and capture the moment. Some of the most iconic images in history would later be taken on Leicas. The first single-lens reflex SLR camera arrives in 1949. And the first digital image is created from a scan in 1957. However, digital cameras would only arrive a little later, in 1975, when Steve Sasson, a young engineer working for Eastman Kodak, invents the first digital camera. But nobody at Kodak is interested in digital. Who wants to see their photos on a TV? Why change the profitable film photography formula? Too late. Kodak only later switches to digital in 2004 and files for bankruptcy in 2012. The digital revolution begins in the 90s. DSLRs, point and shoots. Photography had never been more accessible. Well, until the first mobile phone with a camera came out in 2000. Game changer. 15 years later, and modern smartphones now have insanely powerful cameras. In just seconds, we are able to capture every moment and share it online. Photography has become a global passion and has truly brought the world closer together.
Yes, that was Photography, a song on photography, keeping memories. I mean, when we come back at around 9, we'll talk about your favorite memories. What are those fun memories you have that you've, always pictured them? I have lots of amazing pictures that reminds me of great times. They may not make it to the socials, but they're for my own use, and I love to look at them every single time. Anyway, it's 8 and it's time for sports. Gochuku will take you on the world of sports, and then by 8:30 we'll be back. You'll talk about more and more photography. Don't go anywhere. Rise and shine with Rapid Dawn, your essential morning companion only on Rapid TV.
Start your day with us. We bring you the latest news, engaging discussions, and a fresh perspective on issues that matter.
From weather updates to our wellness tip, interesting recipes, and our trendy conversations every Tuesday, to the weirdest of talks on Wednesday, Rapid Dawn has got you covered. So grab a coffee and join us every weekday morning on Rapid Dawn. Let's greet the day together.
Rapid Dawn, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. only on Rapid TV. Join us and wake to the dawn of a new day. See you in the morning. right, a very good morning. Good morning to Manchester United fans. They won their match. Good morning to Arsenal fans. They won. Good morning to Liverpool fans and Man City fans. Chelsea fans, I don't know where you're going to get your own good morning from, but it's well. Now the season has started after all the theatrics of the preseason, those who won and lost some of their preseason games, those who signed 1,000,001 players. Now we're seeing the fruit of whatever work, whatever labor they had put in. Those who got new coaches like Liverpool, like Napoli, a couple of the teams where there was a change in management. Now, before we get to football, let's start off with one Nigerian who is widely talked about, especially in sports and particularly in the MMA, where in a twist of fate, easy, like some people call him, or maybe style bender if you like, Israel Adesanya succumbed to a fourth-round submission loss to South Africa's Dricus du Plessis. Some people call him DDP in their middleweight title showdown at UFC 305 in Perth on Saturday night. Okay, let me show you what happened first before I tell you now what Adesanya said after the match.
Holloway downward point, big right hand,
I think I've said it severally in some of my discussions with my football friends that at the moment, Arsenal look like the only formidable side to challenge Manchester City. Now, that entirely depends on, for me, Pep's enthusiasm and how much that he wants to win the Premier League again. If he wants to win as much as he has in the last 4 years, there's probably little or nothing anybody can do, including Arsenal. But on a very good day, right now, Arsenal look really, really good. I mean, this is the same Kai Havertz that played for Chelsea. I don't understand. This is the same man who is banging in goals every weekend, either providing a goal, providing an assist or scoring a goal, and it's actually beautiful to see. And Arsenal also looking to even fortify their squad even more with the possible arrival of Mikel Merino. But we haven't heard much else concerning that particular story. Now, let's go to the biggest match of the weekend in the English Premier League, which was between Chelsea and Man City. Now, before that game, we had Raheem Sterling, who was left out entirely of the match day squad, put out a statement talking about the fact that, you know, how he's been treated and all of that. And then Enzo Maresca, the coach of Chelsea, was asked, what's your plan for Raheem Sterling? He said, all the 30 players want to play, but there's no way you can play everybody, which more or less is saying the services of the big man Raheem Sterling might not be needed going forward. And some people are also thinking maybe he could have made a difference against the Manchester City team yesterday, because of course we saw debuts for some of the new boys. Pedro Neto did of course make his debut for Chelsea coming off the bench. I personally think they were more fierce. They had more threat and more firepower when there was Jackson and then Nkunku on the left, and of course we had Romeo Lavia being that connection between the defense, the midfield rather, and the attack. But eventually when he took off Lavia, brought in Pedro Neto, took off Jackson, brought in Matt Dewey, you could see there was a little bit of dwindling in the persistence and the pressure they were putting on Manchester City. Erling Haaland again on the score sheet for Manchester City. Let's see the highlights. I'm going to make it too loud, but of course they got the job done, and that is the most important thing. Now, a lot of Chelsea fans have been speaking very strongly about the need for a top 9, a natural striker right about now. And of course, you know how much they have been interested in Victor Osimhen since the transfer season started. Now, I think the remaining days of the transfer window are going to be interesting, because guess what? The start of the season in the French Ligue 1 was between Le Havre and Paris Saint-Germain. Now, 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes into the game, Paris Saint-Germain striker Goncalo Ramos picks up an injury that we understand is going to keep him 3 months out of the game. So at the moment, PSG need a striker. They need a striker. And of course, Chelsea obviously also do need a natural number 9. So that makes this situation even more interesting. Before, if PSG were, dilly-dallying on the fence about their need or requirements for a striker, now I think there should be some sort of clarity as to that. Now, Osimhen is reportedly set to decline offers from Chelsea with a high-profile move to Paris Saint-Germain on the horizon. There are reports that the Super Eagles star has firmly resolved to link up with the Parisian Giants, even though he has attracted strong interest from the Premier League. And the very fact that PSG is lacking a striker right now makes it even more likely that he would be going back to France. Remember, he used to play for Lille in France before he eventually moved to Napoli. So he might be going back there, but unless, of course, he's going to take the advice of the likes of Mikel, the likes of Drogba, who have told him that he should come play for Chelsea. Now, there was also a video where Mikel was really, really unhappy about the game yesterday, ranting about the missed chances, Chelsea's need for a striker, and what have you. I think we'll take a listen to that and then before we wrap up on the show this morning.
Thinks about what he's just seen because he sat here and watched it with us during the second half, but he's on air with our Arabic colleagues right now, and I hear he's slipped into something of a rant. Let's hear what it is that he's got to say about this.
At that time, I think it was between Marina. Marina was the, she was the sporting director. She was the person who was the face, let's say, of the club. After Roman, she was the person who was in charge of all the transfers. But also, I think the transfer was done between her, the sporting director, and the manager, because she was somebody who listened to the manager. But then at the end of the day, she makes a decision. She brought in the players that she thought could always improve the squad. If you look at the players that, when I was there, I could see players that were coming in, players like Deco, Michael Ballack, Shevchenko, Fernando Torres, Florian Malouda. These are big players who came to help us improve the team. And we as players know that year in, year out, we're winning trophies, but we couldn't sustain year in, year out to do that. We needed players to come in, refresh the team, but players who will help us. When I look at this team, again, I talked about it, Dewsbury Hall. Again, I have nothing against this player. It's not his fault. It was the club who brought him to the club. He cannot help Chelsea. Madueke, I thought, who played well last season, he didn't start the game. He didn't come on. You're looking to get the team better. Modric was on the bench. He didn't come on. I think these players could have helped us. But again, like you said, we knew that this problem was, from last season. To get a striker who will score goals. Who will score goals? Jackson, yes, he does a little bit here and there. But we need a top striker like we did back in our day. Didier Drogba, we knew. If you give him 2 or 3 chances, he will score 1. We've seen Haaland today. First chance he got, the way he took the ball, the way he finished. These are top striker with Premier League experience. We don't have that. Jackson is not going to get us that. I know sometimes when I talk and the Chelsea fans, they see me passionately talking about it. It's because of how much I love the club, how much I want the club to succeed, how much I want the club to get back to where we were. We don't want to become a mediocre team who finishes 10th, 9th every season. That's not who we are. We compete to win the Premier League. We are always in the Champions League. The more this goes on, the more we start to drift into that situation whereby, yes, finishing 10th is comfortable for us. It's not comfortable for us. We want to get back to where we were, and we need to start signing the right players.
Signing the right players. Let's see how Todd Boehly responds to this. He couldn't even finish watching the game yesterday. Immediately, Man City scored the second goal. He picked up his belongings, and that was the end of it for Todd Boehly at the game yesterday. Congratulations to Nathan Taylor and Victor Boniface for winning the German Super Cup against Stuttgart. That was on Saturday, I believe. Congratulations to them. Will Bayer Leverkusen be able to pull off another unbeaten season? I do not see that happening, but of course we have the German Bundesliga starting off next weekend. And for news making the rounds in mainland Europe this beautiful Monday morning. Representatives of Brentford and England forward Ivan Toney are in talks with Saudi Pro League club Al Ahly to sign the 23-year-old. And finally, Manchester City wants manager Pep Joseph Guardiola 53 to decide on whether he will sign a new contract with the club by Christmas. The Spaniard's current deal runs until 2025. Omo, if Pep Guardiola decides to remain at Man City, it's over for everybody. Nothing for anybody else. I mean, last year he won a treble. So that's about it on the show this morning, everyone, because he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Ugochukwu Madmer is my name. There's more on The Breakfast Show today. And wake to the dawn of a new day. See you in the morning.
My name is Akio Sakyodo.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Theo Bliss. My name is Akava. Go by the name Baba D. And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shout out Rapid TV. Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is Rapid TV. Rapid TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it down. Leave it like that.
Of course, is World Photography Day, and we've shown you the history of cameras, evolution of cameras, and the history of photography, how it has progressed from time immemorial till now. So, I mean, unconsciously, every time we just want to make memories, we want to take pictures of ourselves, whether for the public or for ourselves. We just want to see how well we'll look. Well, we do have a guest in the studio who is going to be talking to us about photography as we mark this day. Don't forget that it is celebrated August 19th, and photography is an art form that allows us to freeze and keep moments forever. Ugochukwu, you want to introduce? I also have something special, Lobo.
Well, it's actually interesting because while the video on the history of photography was playing, I guess pointed out that, most of the things that were being said, he could actually relate because he had learned all of those in school. And if you didn't have all of those details, your exam score might just be in trouble. Well, this morning we have a director, we have a producer, photographer, everything in one, videographer, and I mean, has incredible interest in nature photography. This morning we have Shalom Chike in the studio. Good morning to you. So I don't know if it's the weather. No?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Right. So let's kickstart the conversation. Today is World Photography Day.
How will you start the conversation when they've not posted a fine picture of me on the screen?
In celebration of the day, apparently.
Yes.
It has to be your finest photo.
No, it's not my finest photo. Talk about, are you ready? A fine picture of me on the screen. Let's have it. Well, don't disappoint me. Well, it's a fine picture of me.
Maybe Tokwe doesn't think it's...
no way!
It's probably photographed.
like those ones. I believe he will put it. I believe he.
Okay,
I believe he will put it.
So while we wait for the photo to get ready, let's talk about photography generally. What does it mean for you?
Well, photography for me is expressing that thing you have inside. Because a lot of times people just take pictures, but I've taken photography to another level. Because me, I'm more of a nature photographer. I'm not the paparazzi, the regular. I do nature. I'm always inside the forest, anywhere there's nature.
The safari.
Yes. So that's my kind of photography. So I feel most times I just express what I have inside. That is photography for me. it can mean a lot to other people. But for me, it's what I have inside. There's this thing I'm always thinking in my head. So most times I just try to express it. And that's why when people see my nature pictures, they say, wow, was this taken by you? Or I say, yes, it's me, because it's what I have inside. So it's just expressing that thing I have inside. That's what photography means to me.
And could you speak to like the evolution of that industry from back when you started doing this to now in 2024? Has it been the same? What are some of the upgrades, some of the improvements you've seen over the years?
Okay, before now, photography was just for more professionals. Then very few people had access to maybe few cameras, maybe just not really, let me just say few professional cameras. But right now, photography is not where it was some 10 years ago, some 20 years ago. Right now, photography is on your phone. It's easier, and you can create amazing pictures from your phone. It's not where it used to be way back. Like how photography started for me was my cousin had a camera at home. And you don't just touch that camera. But one day my brother took me out and I took a good picture with that camera. And that was how everybody was like, oh, you are good. That's why they started taking me out. But it's not like that now. Anybody can just carry his brother's phone, his mother's phone, and just take good pictures. And from there, they will start calling themselves photographers. But it's easier these days. And trust me, a lot of people are expressing themselves more. And right now, with some of these new technologies in camera phones, right now, a lot of people are even becoming professional photographers from just phone. They've not held professional cameras before. So right now, photography is better, it's sweeter, and it's better.
Okay, so let's now, are you trying to say that with the invention of smartphones with good features, are you now saying that those who are into photography with the cameras and everything are going to be out of business soon? Because and also what is the, if your answer is no, what is the distinction? Because I would still want a professional photographer to take me certain kind of pictures, not just the phone. So what's your stand on that?
Oh, well, we can't take professionals out of the market at all, because there are still things the phone can't do. And these are just things that professionals do. If I'm doing a commercial for Billboard right now, I can't use phone to take that kind of pictures. If I'm doing something very serious, I can't use phone, actually. But it's just that smartphones has made it very easy. You know, anybody can just call himself a photographer.
Oh, that's the picture of me.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sure just taking with a smartphone.
Oh, yes.
No.
So what do you think about that picture?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's good.
Come on, Shalom.
It's good. It's good.
No.
He said it's good now.
No. It's not enough.
Good.
I need you to speak expressively.
No, it's good. This is I can tell it's taken with a smartphone, but if a professional camera takes this picture, it will be 100 times better than this. But it's just that you must have that extra eye to notice the difference. So that's just the difference. But it's good. It works for anything you want to do. But when we want to blow it up for professional,
so you cannot blow this one up?
It might pixelate at some point.
Oh, yes. That's correct. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. So smartphones, photographers cannot take professionals out of business because there's a lot they even need to upgrade on, and there's so much. Just like when some of these guys tell me these days that they're using their camera to do video, and they'll tell me I'm shooting 4K, I'm shooting 4K, I'll tell you 4K.
It's not the same 4K.
You know, they'll tell you, my phone is shooting 4K, some people tell you my phone is shooting 6K. I say, there's levels to these things. And so there's no, you can't actually compare, but it's just that at least, that, you know, there's this gap that was there before, but, you know.
It's closing, the gap is closing.
Yes. But with time, I know they will upgrade smartphones to that level, but you know, these guys are still moving. The professionals are still moving, and I'm waiting for them to catch up with them at all.
And you know, one thing that makes the smartphones easier to use when it comes to taking pictures is, you know, the cost. When you compare the cost of getting a smartphone and how much it costs to get a good camera, the world of difference is like worlds apart. So I mean, eventually, because when I think about it now, Usually when people celebrate their birthdays like 10 years ago, you see a lot of studio pictures. But now, if 10 people celebrate their birthday, there are instances where those 10 people, it's only phone pictures, you know. And I mean, if we keep going like that, are we not going to get to a time where people with professional cameras are going to be out of gigs?
No, they can't get out of gigs. You know why? Because them two, they are moving, they are upgrading. Like if you look at color correction back, maybe 10, 15 years ago, it's not what it is right now.
Yeah.
So these days, I was seeing where they will transform a lady's picture and you will not even know. You will not be asking, where is the lashes coming from? Where is this thing coming from? But
yeah,
10 years ago,
where's the hips coming from?
It was not there. So these guys too are moving. So if you like, your phone is smart, sharp, these guys too are moving. These days you see cameras that have 50 megapixels. Even though a phone will tell you, this one too, my phone is 20 megapixels or 30 megapixels, you can't compare. Even though it's 50-50, you can't compare. And this is, a lot of times people don't they think it's camera. It's beyond camera. This is lens plays like a major role. A major role. And most times, some of those smart phones, you can't really, there's just few that you can attach lenses, but they are not as sharp as those professional lenses we use. So they can't compare. And they can't take them out of the market, trust me.
Okay. All right. Let's speak on something really interesting, which is the angle of now in photography. We do have there are people who this is their life. This is where they get their daily bread.
Yes.
How would you describe the photography industry in Nigeria? Is it growing? Is it a profitable business? Is it something that you can comfortably advise someone to go into?
Okay, photography right now is big. Before now, we used to just have few professional photographers that could live out of it. But right now, I can assure you, I know more than 300 friends that are into photography, and they're doing well. They're doing well. So the business is good. Anybody, so far you have that eye, and you like it's your thing. Go into it. And the sky is so wide that it can accommodate everybody. So I feel, I don't even feel photography is very lucrative right now. And anybody can be. You must not even, take pictures yourself. You can have a studio and have people work for you. But there's so much.
It could be an investment.
Yes, there's so much money in that business, trust me.
You keep talking about this eye. You must have the eye, you must have the eye.
And
I'm wondering.
We'll talk about that eye. We'll talk about that eye. But let's go on a very short break. We'll talk about that eye when we come back from the break. And then we'll also use that very eye to check out those Miss Universe pictures. So you would tell us what you think as with the eye, as a professional.
Oh my God.
We'll go on a very short break. We'll be right back.
My name is Akio Sakiodo.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Theo Bliss. My name is Akava. Go by the name Baba D. And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shut us. Rapid TV. Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is Rapid TV. Rapid TV. Keep watching. Keep it down. Leave it like that.
Rise and shine with Rapid Dawn, your essential morning companion only on Rapid TV.
Start your day with us. We bring you the latest news, engaging discussions, and a fresh perspective on issues that matter.
From weather updates to our wellness tip, interesting recipes, and our trendy conversations every Tuesday, to the weirdest of talks on Wednesday, Rapid Dawn has got you covered.
So grab a coffee and join us every weekday morning on Rapid Dawn. Let's greet the day together.
Rapid Dawn, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. only on Rapid TV. Join us and wake to the dawn of a new day. See you in the morning.
Where did we stop? The eye. Very important. It's so Rapid Dawn. And of course, it's World Photography Day. We do have our guest still in the studio. We're talking about photography, the business, having the eye, and everything that it's involved, just in case you want to go into the business of photography. And you stopped at the eye.
Of course, you've spoken a lot about having that ability to create something in your mind and then replicate it in pictures. So I'm wondering, before somebody decides to go into photography, is it something that you can learn in school? If you decide to learn, must you have that eye? What happens? So what if I love photography? I love the concept of taking beautiful pictures, but I don't have that eye you're talking about.
So before you even, most times it comes from you. The eye comes from you. That's why when people take pictures and they'll say, your pictures, even though with smartphones, they'll say, your pictures are good, I like your angles. So that's where it comes from. So a lot of times, some people just take pictures. But when you now take something different, like there's this picture I took in 2011, and everybody was like, how did you travel to the moon to take this picture? And I was like, it's not moon, it's just light bulb. So a lot of people started telling me about photography when I was just, just bringing and just expressing myself. So it starts from that something inside. So when you start expressing, people now start saying, okay, your angles are different, you take pictures differently. So that's where it starts from. So that eye is just like how will I say it? When some people, some kids, they'll just tell them from small, you become an engineer because they know they're always working on things,
screwing everything.
So this is just you having, when you see pictures and you just say, oh, I like this picture, it's different. That's where it starts from. So you start picking pictures differently, and a lot of times people start saying, oh, why everybody just took this picture like this and you went this way? Why you doing? It's because I'm seeing it differently. So that's where it starts from. So you must have something different from everybody. There are photographers everywhere, but there are people that are just born photographers, and you can't take it from them, no matter what. And guess what? Some of them did not go to school. They didn't learn. They never went to any. I don't like even saying this, but
okay. But then again, all of that whole finding the right angle, using the right kind of lighting, are those things not learned?
No, it's learned. But trust me, when you have that eyes, it's easier to just apply it when they start. When they start teaching you. I have friends that never went to any school. They were even medical doctors, and they came into filmmaking. And today they are even better than people that have been practicing film for the last 10 years. So it's just that extra eye they had that makes them look different. So that's what works for photography. A lot of people, they just have something different. One of the biggest photographers in Nigeria today was working somewhere else, and he left it and came into photography. Trust me, he's a name to reckon with right now in this country. And he will tell you, I didn't have any background in photography, but there's just something he knew he had, and that's why today he's big. And trust me, it can happen to anybody. Just have that extra. You can start photography from anywhere. You don't even need to. Some people will say, I need to go abroad and study. No, you don't even need that. Just pick it up. Start. You will learn. It will just meet you halfway.
You will learn on the job.
Yes, trust me.
But just have the eye.
Yes.
Just have the eye.
It's very important.
Do you have the eye?
Are you sure it was not a photographer who was learning on the job who snapped those Miss Nigeria photos?
I cannot wait to go into that. Please, once again, let us have the pictures of the Miss Universe contestant on the screen.
Okay.
So that Shalom here,
with his sharp
eyes, can please look at the screen. What? I mean, look at this Miss Rivers, for example. Let's have the next one. I think the next one is Chidema. Oh, this one had eyes when he took this. Let's move to the next one. Look at this. For a huge contest of this nature, look at the next. Just look at it. Look at the hair flying this way. Look at the next one. I mean, with your eyes, what do you think, Charlotte?
Okay, well, from what I've just seen.
Look at this one. Look at this one.
Okay. It starts from...
And then the makeup artist, I don't know.
Bad photography, bad makeup, and at the end, the person that, worked on it did a bad job as well. So from the onset, pictures were bad. Bad pictures. Bad. I won't say the makeup was not good, because sometimes you can work on that in post-production.
Okay.
So, but at the end, it's editing. Sometimes we can shoot rubbish, but how they put it up at the end, yes. And in photography, you can do a lot.
Look at this one.
You can do a lot.
You even arrange the hair well to fit her face.
So it's just bad photography. Because trust me, there are times that I've seen bad photographers take the same picture and a professional will take that same picture and the difference will just be there. But this one is from bad pictures, then editing. Okay. The person that edited the pictures didn't do justice to it.
Yeah, you just touched an important aspect, which I think for us to be able to make good photographs, photographers and their clients should take note of, an aspect such as post-production.
Yes.
So how important is the period after the pictures have been snapped?
Okay, for me, someone like me, I take post-production as like the biggest thing. I don't joke with post. And a lot of times people say, you spend so much money in trying to make this thing come out really good. And you know what I tell them? This is what people will see. Because if I shoot with the best cameras and editing is not good, it's waste of money, it's waste of time. So I don't joke with post-production. And most times, a lot of editors will say, so I want to work for you, and I see their work. It can't match with what I do. So a lot of times I just tell people, don't joke with your post-production, because that is what people will say at the end. And when people look at my jobs and they say, your pictures are really looking good, when I tell them the process I go through to make these things come out, and sometimes I even tell people I don't edit myself. I don't edit myself.
Why is that?
Because I just want somebody that has an extra eye to look at my job and just add that touch to it. And some people want to just do everything, and they might be good with taking pictures, but they're not good in post-production. So most times it's better, work with people. When you know this person is better than you in post, let them do that part. You must not do everything.
All right.
Okay, at least we've been able to establish that. So before we get to wrap up, right? I think you have some images of your work.
Yeah, of course.
That we can look through.
We've seen some not so great pictures today.
Let's not judge his own work with that eye.
No, the first thing, do you have the eye?
I do have the eye for a good picture. Oh, yes, I'm a very good critic when it comes to critics.
While we get that ready, there was a question I wanted to ask you. Okay, here we go.
Okay, Shalom Cheeky Films. This is one of his pictures. Let's see. Okay.
Were you lying down taking this picture?
No, I was just
Were you sitting?
No, I was just standing.
No, he wasn't lying down. He was standing. But the way it looks, it's standing. It's if it's from top, you would know. If from bottom, you would know.
It's like it's photographing the sky.
Yes.
Sort of.
It's because it's mountainous.
Yes.
So, and a mountainous setting is not level. So there's a way when you stand, it has the tendency to give you a certain angle.
Yes. Oh my God, you do have the eye.
So let's look at the next picture.
Okay.
Okay, this is the same place.
Yes.
No, this is lovely.
So a lot of people think this picture is downloaded.
It would pass for a laptop screensaver.
Yes. So a lot of people, but I took it myself.
Yeah.
So a lot of people always ask me, how did you take that picture? It's a lie, it's not your picture, it's not your work, but I took it.
So that means their own work.
Yes, and this is Nigeria.
Okay, now this is nice. But have you ever thought of making this particular picture less sharp? Have you ever looked at it from a less sharp, I don't know how to call it, from a less sharp, like you dim it a bit?
Like reduce the contrast a little?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you tried looking at it like
so
that?
this is it. I have like versions of that is less. But the ones I put out, they have high contrast.
Okay. Okay. So you like to do high contrast.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what goes out actually.
If I'm to use that picture, I would prefer it to be a bit with grains, like vintage kind of,
I see.
and then less contrast again.
I see.
Yes. But I like the way the Malus are chopping life.
Yeah.
Let's have the next one. There's another one, right? Oh!
This is the tea farm.
I would like to sit in a place like this.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful landscape.
Yes. Reminds me of somewhere in Nasarawa.
Oh, but this is Mambila Plateau in Taraba State.
Looks like a farm in Nasarawa.
Yes.
Beautiful like this. You could stay from there and see everywhere.
Very large, expansive land.
I don't know. This is like, I'm not sure any other place is as beautiful as this.
Are you sure?
Yes. Trust me.
If I prepared, I showed you there was this farm I visited. It was
where?
In Nasarawa.
Oh my God.
There are lots of. Okay.
No. Can we have the last picture? Look at
this one.
This.
Let's go here.
If I tell you this is Nigeria, you wouldn't believe it.
Where was this taken?
This is Mambila Plateau.
Okay, so those people were in Plateau State.
No, Mambila Plateau is in Taraba State.
Okay, that's additional representing. Okay.
Yes.
All right. This is beautiful.
Oh, this is nice.
This is corn, a corn farm.
Yeah, a corn farm, but these are the natives in Mambila Plateau. This is how they go to farm. This is how they go to the markets. And trust me, this is one of the pictures that a lot of people have been talking about.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
It is.
So, and one thing I like about the pictures here is I play more with the sky.
Yes.
So all the pictures have.
There's all of them have the element of sky.
Yes.
It's nice.
Because why in Mambila the sky is always beautiful. Yes. So all the pictures I took here had excess sky and all that. So, and trust me, these pictures I have a lot of them. Over 2,000 pictures from this place.
Wow. Certainly not a lot of time to go through all of them.
Okay, I like this
Oh my
one
goodness.
Too.
That's a waterfall, isn't it?
Yes.
No, it's a river.
I love it.
Of course.
Maybe I have over 10 waterfalls.
When are we going here?
To take pictures?
We'll just say no Rapid Dawn today. Rapid Dawn is going to be at.
Yeah, we should schedule a visit to this place with a great photographer like Shalom. Because
it's safe this period, right?
Maybe that's actually safe.
Okay.
I've been there twice. I've not heard any funny thing.
Great.
Yes.
Great. Okay, this is beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. So we'll just pause on that.
Let's talk about young people.
Okay.
Who have seen your work, who see the great pictures that you take. They come to you. They want to be mentored. They want you to teach them. What has been your experience so far with up-and-coming photographers? Has it been receptive on their part? Have you had experience with people who are really willing to learn, or do you have people who just spend 2 or 3 days with you and they feel like they are the next biggest photographer in the world?
Okay, the only thing I like about this generation is they are really fast, and most of them they read a lot because the internet is their friend right now. So most times before you say one, they know the next step and they have an idea of the next step. Even though sometimes they just need clarity, but they just have an idea of what it's talking about. So I love this generation. They are smarter, and trust me, they will take photography to the next level.
Is it healthy smart or just smart?
Some of them healthy smart, but some of them, So I still, trust me, I like some of them, but some of them are, I think they're too fast. And they just want to get there in less than 2 weeks.
And that'll make them not learn the nitty-gritty of what it is.
Because when I told some people, I said, I'm still studying. Like, how? What do you need to study again? I'm still in school. I'm studying, as I'm talking to you, I'm studying film again. So, and a lot of, how? Why? Why do you need to study film? Because you're even training people that went to school. I said, I still need to study. It never ends. But some of these guys, they just go, that's this friend we have on the internet. They just watch few videos and they just feel, oh, that's all. And I tell them, see, experience, you can't take it away from us.
Yeah.
But I love this generation because at least they are fast, and most of the time they just come and tell you, oh, I saw this thing. I was like, yes. So me, I will tell you, everything's on the internet. You can go and just, So before I talk to you, most times, go go through it so that when I'm telling you, I'm showing you,
can now relate.
yes, you can now relate. And trust me, it's easier for me these days because during my time, the internet was not our friend that much. But these days, I see a lot of guys that they'll just tell you, oh, okay, that thing you were showing me, sir, I went online, I saw it. Oh, so I say, yes, okay. What I'm supposed to teach you tomorrow? Okay, this is it.
Go back to the internet.
Yes.
Okay, so as we get to wrap up, we have top photographers in Nigeria. We have Kelechi Amadi, we have Tiwa Bello, we have Emmanuel High Street, we have a whole lot of them. Who is your favorite?
Funny enough.
We have this my guy. What's his name again?
What if he is his own favorite photographer?
Oh,
no, of course. Even he will always have someone.
Okay.
And I think we have Obi Somto as well.
Yes, but trust me, I'm a big fan of Kelechi Amadi.
Okay.
I'm a big fan, but there are some other small guys I like.
Okay.
Kelechi Amadi is somebody that I've for years I've been looking out for his jobs.
He makes magic.
He makes magic, but there's some guys these days that are making me.
Are they top or they're just very good?
No, they're up and coming, but you can tell
that they're really
yes,
they have
because,
the fingers.
Yes, and trust me, I don't joke with like when I say some people say, well, I don't know them. I'll say go and check out, go and look at their pictures. Their pictures are amazing. They don't just tell stories.
Okay.
They put life into stories, and trust me, apart from Kelechi Amadi that is like top for me, I'll give it up for somebody like Softlands. His name is Softlands.
I think I've heard Softland.
Yes, Softlands is based in Abuja, but it's amazing. He tells stories. Like that's the only guy that takes my pictures.
Okay, what about Bayo?
Bayo is good as well. Bayo is good.
I feel like there's too much saturation in his pictures.
Bayo is good. No, Bayo is not really too. There are some guys that are all out to
fill you up with
when you see, there's this guy, I like his work too. He's even going into videos these days, but what's his name? Something Amazing Clef.
Okay.
Amazing Clef is really good. I like his stories. Like you can tell he has life in his pictures. It's not just Amazing Clef. I won't lie to you. I go through his work and I'm really amazed, and because he's really young.
Like his name, Amazing.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I mean, we've really had a great conversation about photography. I mean, I'm sure that you've been able to learn something today about photography, what it means to take pictures, how to make memories, and maybe you have even learned something from him, about angles and having the eyes. I mean, if not for anything, we've done something good for you today.
But I do have one last question, though.
Okay.
I have 10 million. I'm looking to make some serious investment, and I've taken particular interest in the photography industry. How would you advise me to spend that money?
Okay, cameras are more expensive these days because of our dollar rates, but trust me, 10 million will go a long way.
Okay.
And you can start small. You must not start from that level. So in terms of getting equipment and investing into this business, you can start from anywhere. You can start from anywhere. So you must not get the high-end cameras. There are still cameras that are very good, not too expensive. Trust me, with 10 million, it'll go a long way.
All right, then. Yeah. Time for us to go on the show this morning. It's certainly been an exciting conversation with Shalom Chike talking about World Photography Day, looking at some not so great pictures and looking at some beautiful ones, telling stories, having an eye. I mean, it's a whole conversation right here. You can find all of this later on our YouTube page at Official Rappi TV. Make sure you subscribe, and then you can binge on all of the episodes of Rapid Dawn right there on the channel. Thank you so much for coming through.
You're welcome.
And you can follow us on our social media platform on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always stream even if you're out of town, anywhere in the world you are. Go to our website and stream, and you can watch us from any part of the world. Yes, with your good network. And so until we see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. bright and early, we do have something interesting lined up for you. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out tomorrow. Okay. Something really, really cool and really interesting that you do not want to miss. So I will see you tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. My name is Cynthia Agbo. To have yourself a beautiful day.
Gochuku Madumere is my name. Bye-bye.